Hey guys, welcome to my video. This video is a little quick tutorial that I wanted to throw together from a comment that I got on my recent couponing haul at CVS that I just uploaded, I guess technically yesterday at the time of this recording, since it's 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this. But anyhow, the most recent couponing haul that you see on the screen here, I got a comment on this from, I hope I'm saying your name right, Aisha M. Coupons. Forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. I have a bad habit of butchering people's names. But anyway, she asked an interesting question. Said, good video. I'm curious why you didn't split your transactions into little ones and roll your ECBs for lower out-of-pocket. To which I replied, said thanks, I really should have done that, but I spent way too much time in the store and was ready to leave. However, it's all good in the long term. I don't lose the extra care bucks, so I'll have plenty to roll next time. What I paid out of pocket this week can be saved next week or in the next transaction, whatever. And I want to sort of elaborate on that, and it gave me the inspiration to make this video. So thank you, Aisha, for commenting and giving me the source material to create this video. So it brought up a good question of, well, would I have been better off by making the smaller transactions? So if you watch a lot of YouTubers that do couponing videos at like CVS or Walgreens, you notice that a lot of them will probably do what's called rolling their points or rolling the extra care bucks or registered rewards or whatever it is they may have. And essentially what that is just you do a small transaction that earns you some sort of reward, whether it's ECBs, points, whatever, and then you take those points from that transaction to pay on the next small transaction, which should in turn be another reward point transaction. Then you take those and so on and so forth, and you just roll them over into the next transaction. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that strategy. I mean, it's a good strategy, and I'll explain why it's a good strategy in just a little bit. But I wanted to first touch on the question of, is there any difference in the value of doing the smaller transactions and rolling your points, or just doing one big transaction and combining all the points and then just leaving, taking your points and leave and save them for the next shopping trip, like what I did in this particular transaction. Now, the transactions that I'm going to be referencing is going to be everything that I did in this video, so I'm not going to go back through the details of all the receipts and the items and the coupons and everything like that. So if you want the details of all those transactions, you need to go back and watch this video right here if you want that information. Otherwise, I'm just going to be focusing on the totals and then the total value of the coupons, the ECBs, and things like that. And before I get any further into this video, I just want to do a quick shout out to Aisha M's Coupons channel. Guys, go check out her channel. Show her some love, watch some of her videos, give her some support. Even though I'm not sure how much support I can really give her, but considering she's got more subscribers than I do. So go check out our channel, guys. So as an excuse to show off my Excel skills or spreadsheet skills, I don't know if you want to call them skills or not, but the very limited knowledge that I have with spreadsheets. If you watched the previous video, you are slightly familiar with this screen right here. This is the Walgreens, CVS, Dollar General balance sheet that I sort of created that's going to help me keep track of my spending at those different stores. Helps me keep up with the reward points that I spent, ECBs, whatever, points earned, etc. And just is more or less I guess a ledger is just a simple way of looking at it, of everything that I've done so far this year at those 3 different stores. And right now I have it on the CVS tab, and I'm going to be focusing on these 2 transactions right here that I just did yesterday. That's in that video I just referenced. Now I do want to point out that these totals are going to be including tax, and for the sake of this video and keeping things simple, and because and the town that I do my CVS shopping at has, I don't know, some weird tax that's In the state of Mississippi, we have a 7% tax, but in this particular town, they have like a tacked on added tax for the city or something like that, and I have no idea what it is. So anyways, even though the receipt says 7% Mississippi tax, it's more than 7% is what's being added on to my total. So with that said, to keep things simple, we're just going to focus on the subtotals before tax. I went ahead and plugged in some numbers, and we'll get to these right here in just a moment. But what I wanted to do first was run through an example of if, say, I took the one single transaction, even though it was technically two transactions, but let's say it was one big transaction that I did. Let's say I took those deals and I broke it down into 4 separate transactions. I could have broke it down even further if I wanted to, but I think 4 steps is enough to get the point across what I'm trying to say. So this may be just a little bit confusing the way I got this set up, but there is a method to my madness, and we're going to go through this step by step as if I were doing the transactions. So when I came into the store yesterday, I had a total of 18 extra bucks rolled over from the previous week. I had a $3, $5, and a $10. So we'll have those up there as my reference. So let's start off saying that I did the Schick razor deals. So I'm going to reference my written material here. So if you hear something rustling around, that's me trying to get my paperwork right. So it was a total of $15 in Schick products that I purchased. It was 2 for $15. Then I applied my coupons, which was a total of $8 in coupons. When you add those together, your sum, or the difference rather, will be $7. So I'm going to roll some extra bucks into this transaction to take care of that $7. Well, the options I have is 3, 5, and 10. Well, I can't use the 10 because it's greater than that, and you don't get the difference back. I'm not going to lose $3 to pay for $7. I could use the 5, or I could use the 3. However, I could not use both of them because that would be $8 and I would lose $1, and there's no point in doing that. So I'm going to roll over the 5 extra bucks in this transaction. Get the sum of that, and I will be left with a $2 subtotal. And let me put an X right there, referencing that I used that extra buck. Now, on that Schick deal, it was a spend 15 and get $5 in extra bucks. So I'm going to put here that I earned back 5 extra bucks. Okay, so that was that deal. So let's move on and do the Nivea next. So the Nivea that I purchased was a $4.99 smaller bottle and then a $7.79 larger bottle. Add those together, it comes to a total of $12.78. I had a total of $4 in coupons. Add those together, I'm left with $8.78. Okay, so now I can roll extra bucks over. So this time I'm going to, I guess I could do the 5 and the 3, but just for the fact that well, yeah, I did on my breakdown. I'm sorry, I'm about to say I only rolled one of them over, but yeah, I did actually roll 8 in my example. So we're going to roll 8 of them over, and that's going to leave me with a subtotal of 78 cents. All right, are you with me so far? I sure hope so. I know a lot of people start seeing math being worked out in front of them. They get a headache and the brain explodes. And I feel you guys. Some days I'm like that also. That's why I love having a calculator and these spreadsheets in front of me, so that I don't have to try to do the math in my head. But anyhow, okay, so we're at $2 subtotal and 78 cents subtotal so far. All right, let's do the Colgate deal next. So I purchased 2 of the Colgate toothpaste at oh gosh, I don't even remember what it was. It was 2 Colgate total toothpaste and 2 Colgate mouthwash. I think it was $3.99 a piece for the mouthwash and $3.49 a piece on the toothpaste. Don't quote me on that. I just know that I've already added up the total, and it comes to $14.96 on my little cheat sheet here. I had a total of $9 in coupons, so that would bring the subtotal down to $5.96. Okay, so let's see what we have available to use. Okay, and I just realized this. I forgot a step. So I forgot to calculate the extra bucks I earned in the Nivea deal. So I got $5 in extra bucks from the Nivea. I'm sitting here looking like, okay, let's use our extra bucks. Oh my gosh, where's it at? Write stuff down. Make a list. Check it twice, guys. That's ought to be proof that I can't keep up with things in my head. Okay, anyhow, so I got the $5 in extra bucks from the Nivea deal, and I'm going to roll that into this deal on the Colgate. So when you add that together, that is going to leave me with 96 cents as my subtotal. Alright, let's mark as us using that. Alright, and from that I got a total of $7 in extra bucks. I got $3 for the toothpaste, $4 in total for the mouthwash, equaling $7. Well, just to keep it simple, because they are two separate sets of extra bucks, let's do 3 on the toothpaste, 4 on the mouthwash, just to keep it more realistic, I guess. Okay, and then on the fourth transaction, we're going to combine the Pantene, the Herbal Essence, the Sure deodorant, and the Irish Spring soap. So when you add up all of those together, it's going to come to a total of $36. I believe it's $12 for the Pantene, $12 for the Herbal Essence, $10 on the Irish Springs, and $2 on the Sure deodorant. So that's 12, 12, and 12, which is 36. There was a total of $14 in coupons used, which will leave the running total at, well, not running total, but the subtotal at $22. Alright, then we're going to roll some extra care bucks. So let's see what we have left available. And part of the reason why I lumped all these together was that I have this $10 extra care bucks from the previous week that I want to get used up because it's going to have the more recent expiration date on it. So I want to try to, get the older ones used up before I get the newer ones used. So that's why I lumped all that together to get the subtotal up high enough. So we're going to use the $10, and let's go ahead and use the 3 and the 4. So that's going to equal a total of $17 in extra care bucks that I'm going to roll into this transaction. Add those together, and the subtotal comes to $5. So let's say, okay, before I forget it, in total from that I earned 2 extra care bucks from the Sure deodorant, and then $5 from the Irish Spring, as well as $5 total from the Pantene and Herbal Essence, because it was a spend 15 and get 5 extra care bucks hair care or shampoo deal or whatever it was called. So now let's go in and add up all of our subtotals together. See if this is going to work correctly. Not particularly. Okay, so we're going to add that sale. Okay, so it comes to a total of $8.74 subtotal for everything before tax. Okay, we earned a total of how many extra care bucks here? Should still be 29 because that doesn't change, but let's just be sure. Add those together. bear with me while I try to get my mouse cooperate with me. Yeah, 29 in extra care bucks, and total that I spent. This one's going to be a little interesting one to to add up, but here we go. Let's see, we added these plus, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with my little trackpad on my laptop. Let's see, and we rolled these as well. So yeah, rolled a total of $35 in extra care bucks. So yeah, all that matches up to my math. Alright, so we got $8.74 spent out of pocket, 35 in extra care bucks that we rolled, and 29 total that we earned. Even though part of that 29 that we earned we did in fact roll, but we still did earn them. We need to know that amount for this math to work out. So let's jump back over to our balance sheet, and now these other lines right here will start to make sense. Okay, so this top line is actually the subtotal of the original two transactions less the tax. So if you're looking at this and you see, okay, well, Clint, $12.85 and $7.84, that doesn't equal $15.74. I mean, you're horrible at math. True on both instances. Yes, yes, that does not equal $15.74, and yes, I'm kind of bad at math sometimes. But anyways, like I said, that's without the tax. So what I did, and you'll just have to take my word on it, I just added up the subtotals of my two receipts. So the subtotal on the first transaction was $18.74 plus $7 from the second transaction I did, where I purchased just the Herbal Essence shampoo. Yes, it comes to $25.74, which is $10 more than what this is. But if you've seen the previous video, I used a $10 Fetch Rewards CVS gift card that I redeemed, and I counted that, I deducted that from my cash out of pocket. I sort of took that as a, an extra savings. So deduct the $10, we're left with the $15.74, which matches this, right? Okay, so let's plug in the rest of the numbers. So we had the $18 in extra care bucks that I actually spent in my transaction, because that was the 18 extra care bucks that I rolled in from last week. I earned a total of $29 in extra care bucks over both transactions. The additional savings were totaling 96 cents, which is going to be just the total of this 12 cents and the 84 cents. And that was stuff from like the Ibotta, Receipt Hog, Fetch Rewards, stuff like that, in the bonus savings. So that left me with the total spent out of pocket, well, not total spent out of pocket, but like the total spent at $3.78. So to bring over the stuff from the previous example that I just showed, okay, so we're still going to have our $29 in extra bucks earned. We're going to use $35, which matches this right here, right? And of course the 96 cents is the same. Now the negative 126 is going to come from this, the $8.74, but remember I had $10 in that gift card, so we got $8.74 and subtract the $10, we're actually at a negative 126 out of pocket. Okay, so when you add all of that together, you notice that the total spent still balances out to the same thing. So that's really my point of this video, is just to stress the idea that whenever you see other people doing these smaller transactions and you see them not spending anything out of pocket, paying $0 or just a few cents, then plus the tax, then they're rolling all these extra bucks where it just looks like they're getting stuff for free. And yeah, I mean, they're not, They're not doing, I mean, they're doing good, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's the whole point of this. You're supposed to be getting your out-of-pocket and your coupons and your extra bucks to outweigh the cost of the items you're purchasing, is what you're shooting for, right? But by doing the smaller transactions, you're really not saving any extra doing that versus a large transaction. You're just sort of paying it forward by rolling those extra bucks, right? So I just wanted to make this video sort of just show this example and show that for anybody that may be a little confused on this. And thank you, Aisha, for asking that question and bringing this up and giving me something to talk about. I hope this was helpful and for you and as well as everybody else. Now I do want to point out one other thing though that I mentioned earlier in the video, that there is an advantage to rolling your points in the smaller transactions versus doing the large transaction and then having a lot of not registered rewards, I'm sorry, I'm getting my stores mixed up, a lot of extra bucks to roll into the next transaction. Even though basically all I did was just exchange my money out of my pocket for store credit. I just exchanged it dollar for dollar that way. So even though I haven't lost any money by doing that, I am left with less in my wallet and more in store credit with extra care bucks that do have an expiration date. So there is the downside of that. So if something happened and I couldn't make it back to CVS to use those extra care bucks before the expiration date, I would lose that $29 in extra care bucks that I earned, right? So that's the downside of that. And plus, if you're budgeting and you're strapped for cash, it makes more sense to have more money in your wallet or in your bank account, whatever, to go pay your bill, pay your light bill, pay your water bill, your car note, whatever. So yes, there is advantages to it. You're not losing any money. It's just being shifted from one spot to another. Anyways, I hope this made sense to you, and I hope you found value in this video. I would greatly appreciate it if you would thumbs up this video for at least to give me a thumbs up for the work that I put in to try to put all this math together for you guys. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I promise you I will not bore you all the time with these goofy math videos. It's just that I find it interesting, and I thought this was a perfect learning experience for everybody out there in the couponing world. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great week, and good luck couponing out there. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this video. I hope you found this information useful. I would appreciate it if you would drop a like on this video, and please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're on my channel, feel free to check out my other videos. Also encourage you to check out my Publish OX blog on the videos that you are seeing on YouTube. And if you enjoyed the content, I would also appreciate it if you would follow my channel. And while you're there, you can also leave me a free tip, as well as earn a tip for yourself. Feel free to check out my blogger page, where I keep an updated list of all the apps and websites and other programs I'm involved in and may have mentioned in this video. You can find the links to my blogger page as well as my Publish OX page down in the description of this video, so feel free to check those out. And that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you have a great week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.